I'm Damon Hatfield and this is IGN News. Wedbush analyst Michael Pachter believes the console audience is currently as big as it's ever going to get. Speaking at DICE Europe last week, Pachter shared his opinion that the gaming audience will continue to grow, just not on consoles. He explained, "This generation is not going to be bigger than the last generation. We're going to be about the same. The Wii U is going to sell 20 million units compared to 100 million for the Wii. The PlayStation 4 is going to sell 120 million or 130 million. That's great. The Xbox One will sell 100 million to 110 million. That's great. Add it all together and it's 260 million units, maybe, and the last cycle was 270 million. Pachter believes consoles are limiting the growth of the gaming audience because console games are essentially locked behind a large paywall. He asserts millions more people would play console games if they didn't have to buy an expensive console. He continued, "This is the last real console cycle. I don't mean that Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo will go bankrupt and shut down. They will not. Each of them will make another console, some people will buy them, and the next console cycle will be to this console cycle what the 3DS is to the DS. The 3DS is selling about 15 million units a year. The DS had 5 consecutive years where it sold more than 26 million, so about half as big. So when I say that this console cycle is the last console cycle, the reason is that console games shouldn't require a console, and I'm not talking about the cloud." He imagines the tipping point would be when an affordable set-top box like the Apple TV or Amazon Fire can run Call of Duty, for example. He proposed, "What happens when you lower the entry so nobody has to buy a console? If Activision sells 20 million copies of Call of Duty to people with a console, how many people would buy it who don't have a console? I'm guessing 20 million more. To make it easier for the Europeans in the room, how many more people would play FIFA if a console wasn't required? Another 20 million people. How many people would play Grand Theft Auto if you didn't need a console? 100 million. It's crazy numbers. This just makes so much sense. It is going to happen." For more on the future of gaming, stay tuned to IGN.